CPFSA and Education Ministry urge greater vigilance following recent tragic house fires. The Child Protection and Family Services Agency, CPFSA, and the Ministry of Education are appealing to parents and guardians to prioritize vigilance in safeguarding their children and to adopt fire safety measures at home. The call follows a series of devastating house fires that have claimed the lives of children in recent days. The most recent incident occurred at 2:24 a.m. in Walker's Wood, St. Anne, where 3 children, a boy and 2 girls, tragically lost their lives in a fire that consumed their home. Minister of Education Dr. Dana Morris-Dixon expressed profound sorrow at the tragic incident. The heartbreaking loss of these young lives is deeply distressing and serves as a painful reminder of the vulnerabilities children face in cases of emergency. CPFSA first responders are already en route to the scene of the incident to assess the situation. They will provide on-spot grief counseling for the surviving family members, identify any other children who may not require care, and offer support such as food, clothing, and assistance in replacing essential documents. Our focus now is to ensure that these families have access to the resources they need to begin rebuilding their lives after this devastating loss, she stated. A team from the ministry will visit the children's schools on Monday to offer counseling and emotional support to classmates, teachers, and other members of the school community as they grapple with this tragedy, Morris-Dixon stated. In another incident last Wednesday, a 5-year-old girl perished in a house fire in Whitehall, St. Andrew, while under the care of an elderly relative. CPFSA Chief Executive Officer Laurette Adams Thomas says that the agency made a swift response to that incident. Our team quickly provided support to the grieving family, referring the child's mother and surviving siblings to the Ministry of Justice Victim Services Division for trauma counseling. We also referred the family to Food for the Poor to supply them with emergency provisions, such as food and care items. These tragedies are unimaginable losses that no family should have to endure. The CEO further issued an urgent appeal to parents and guardians while emphasizing the importance of fire safety practice in their home. We implore you to be extra vigilant in the care of your children. Never leave them unsupervised or in situations where their safety may be at risk, especially at home. Always ensure that your children are in the care of a responsible adult who can protect them and act quickly in emergencies, she noted. It is crucial that parents create and implement a home fire safety plan and then rehearse it with their children. Everyone in the home, especially children, should understand what to do in the case of a fire, teach them to recognize the smell of smoke, to call for help, and to head to the nearest exit. Fires often spread rapidly and can overwhelm even adults. By preparing ahead, we can help reduce the likelihood of these devastating events in the future, she added. St. Andrew Central Police is a stern warning to criminals following increasing murders. Head of the St. Andrew Central Division, Acting Superintendent Mark Harris, says officers will be taking swift action against criminals in the division. The new divisional commander noted that since the last quarter of last year and into this year, there has been an increase in murders and violent incidents. As such, he said a number of targeted raids have been launched. He warned violent producers that the police will be coming for them. He said the police are committed to the mission, which is to deliver professional and impartial services to protect lives and property, maintain law and order, reduce crime, and preserve peace. According to data from the police, St. Andrews Central has recorded 4 murders since the start of the year. This is a 300% increase in murders in comparison to the similar period last year.
We have some concerns in the St. Andrews Central Division. The last quarter of 2024, we have seen an increase in murders and serious crime in the division. Since the start of 2025, the same thing has continued. We have been appealing and warning men and criminals to put down their guns and stop the mayhem. I am now changing the focus. It's action time in St. Andrews Central Division. It's not business as usual. Let me tell you, it's my second day on the job in this division, and the mode has changed. It's action time. I am not going to tell anyone to put down the guns. We are coming for them. We'll be coming for the guns. And if you decide to put them down, tell us where. Simple. It's a different ball game in this division, and I hope who have ears to hear will hear. And what is the mission? The mission is very simple, is to deliver professional and impartial services aimed at protection of life and property, maintenance of law and order, reduction of crime, as also preservation of the peace. And the intelligence arm is allowing us to detect a lot of these issues. That is why I can stand here and tell you what is happening in the Swallowfield, Nannyville, and Backbush area, and section of Matilda's Corner Police District and the Stadium Police area. So our intelligence is up. We are following the intelligence, and we are coming for you. No stones will be left.
Malahoo Fort hopeful constitutional reform process will proceed smoothly with full support from opposition. Legal and Constitutional Affairs Minister Marlene Malahoo Fort has expressed hope that the next stage of Jamaica's constitutional reform process will proceed smoothly with meaningful support from the opposition. The Constitution Amendment Republic Bill 2024, which will abolish the constitutional monarchy and transition Jamaica to a republic, was tabled in Parliament a month ago on December 10. It may lay on the table of the House for 3 months before the debate on it can begin. Speaking during a virtual panel discussion on constitutional reform, Mrs. Malahoo Fort said those involved in the process must look beyond party positions and focus on the greater good. She added that the government remains committed to hearing the concerns of the opposition and the Jamaican people.
I am aware of the passion of the opposition on matters that they want to see get done. And I understand, that because it has taken so long, for such a long time, to move from one stage, there is still skepticism. Will it go forward? If we were to agree and cooperate this time, what is going to happen, since there was such a decade-long gap between the charter? I hear the arguments, but I'm really hoping that as we make this important change, as we take real steps to achieve these national goals, that we will see a different exercise of leadership from those who especially are seeking to lead the nation. We have to look beyond what is a PNP or a JLP position on a matter, important as those positions may be, but just to look on the long horizon. What will Jamaica look like? Will we use the opportunity given to us, or will we miss it? I commit to listen to the concerns of the opposition as I have the privilege of chairing the committee. I look forward to hearing from the people, hearing your views.
Worker among four charged in alleged $384,000 theft from St. Andrew Hardware. A worker and a security guard are among 4 persons charged in connection with the alleged theft of goods valued at over $384,000 from a hardware store on Spanish Town Road in Kingston. Those charged are Tara Nielsen, a 23-year-old clerk at the store, who hails from Oakland Avenue, Kingston 20, and Shellyan Ranger 41, a security guard from Marmy River District, Garden Town, St. Andrew. The other 2 are Zahim Grant 22, a forklift operator from Clifton District in Spanish Town, and 47-year-old welder Omar Price from North Palm Palace, Westchester, Portmore, and also in St. Catherine. The charges include simple larceny, larceny as a servant, receiving stolen property, and conspiracy. According to reports from the Hunts Bay Police, the incident occurred about 10:45 a.m. on Thursday. The hardware manager was alerted by a senior manager to investigate a vehicle allegedly being loaded by Nelson. Upon inspection, it was discovered that neither Nelson nor other involved could produce a receipt for the goods. The stolen items were valued at $384,315.98. The police were summoned to the scene and the 4 later arrested. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.